goodness. So here's what today is. Today is a special workout for Parshat Devarim. So Parshat Devarim is the first Torah portion in the book of Deuteronomy, and it begins with Moses speaking to the children of Israel and sort of reminding them of the history of how they got to be standing at the shores of the Jordan River about to cross into the Promised Land. So at the very beginning of the portion, we're told that Moses came up and spoke before the people, and it happened on the 11th month of the first day of the 40th year. And after that, we have this whole history. It is also the Shabbat which immediately precedes Tisha B'Av every single year. No matter how you slice it, Devarim is always right before Tisha B'Av, and it's also therefore called Shabbat Chazon, because the Haftarah is the vision of the prophet Isaiah, and it's from the very first chapter of the book of Isaiah. So we're going to have sort of a combined Devarim and Tisha B'Av workout. So the first thing we're going to do, since Moses was speaking to children on the 40th year, the 11th month, on the first day, we're going to do a Tabata that's going to be 40 seconds of work for the 40th year. We'll have 15 seconds between each break. The 15 doesn't correspond to anything. It's just, I think you need a 15-second break after 40 seconds. We've got 11 different exercises because it happened in the 11th month. And we're not going to do one round. We're actually doing 2 rounds. Why? Because the book of Deuteronomy, Deuto is from the same as the word we know in English, ditto, right? Which means to repeat something. The book of Deuteronomy is called Deuteronomy because it repeats much of what has been found in other places in the Torah already. So that's where I don't know, it's sort of a Greekish, Latinish name. I don't know where Deuteronomy comes from, but anyhow, in what we call it in English. Then we're going to have a superset that we're going to do related to Tisha B'Av, and at the end we'll have another. We're going to end with cardio. So here's what we got. These are the exercises. We got reverse chest flies. You'll need dumbbells for these. Hammer curls. I'll demonstrate all of these. Bent over rows, tricep kickbacks, a dumbbell lateral transfer, a high knee march with a twist, good mornings, wide side bend crunches, side to side squats, calf raises, and alternating reverse lunges. Okay, so those are going to be all our exercises. I'll make sure that I show them to you beforehand. So make sure that you have some dumbbells. You don't want to go real heavy with the dumbbells because some of these exercises, the reverse chest fly, for instance, and the lateral transfer require you to be out here. So it's a lot of work. Your shoulders will feel it. All right. So I'm going to get the music going, and we'll get ourselves warmed up. Okay. So we're going to start out with our warm up. Let me get the light on in here. Must have hit the wrong switch. I thought I turned the light on in here. We're going to start out with scapular retraction. Just bring those shoulder blades together behind your back. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to jog in place. Here we go. Use those arms as well. So you can jog forward, jog backwards a little bit, jog to the side. Just get that heart pumping. All right, now we're going to warm up those shoulders. Let's do some arm circles. All right, now the opposite direction. All right. Now we're going to get ready. So go ahead and get your dumbbells ready for us to do the, we're going to do the Tabata. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get my do not disturb on so that nobody will bother us during this. All right. Let's get our Tabata going. Get those legs. We're going to start out with reverse chest fly. Here we go, reverse chest fly. Pace yourself because we've got 40 seconds of this. Well, it feels good to work out again. We did a lot of climbing and on dunes. Okay, now we've got hammer curls. Hammer curls are just like bicep curls, except that your hands are like this, right? Instead of like this. Here we go. Hammer curls. We went to the Sleeping Bear National Lakeshore, and I had no idea how big those dunes were. My goodness, what a workout that was. And then we did a lot of walking. We were on Mackinac Island for 2 days. No cars on Mackinac Island, so if you want to do it, it's either walk or ride a bike. All right, take a 15-second break. Next, we've got bent over rows. So bent over rows, butt goes back, and we're going to row both arms at the same time. So we've done this before with a single arm row. Now we're using both arms at the same time. So it's like starting the lawnmower and the snowblower at the same time. Make sure you're not looking down, but looking straight ahead. All right, 15-second break. Now we've got our tricep kickbacks. Tricep kickbacks, we start in this position with our arms. Come on back and hold. Then return your arms to a 90-degree angle. Hold. So the part of this exercise is most important is the hold and back. So I don't want to see you just swinging your arms like this. That's not going to accomplish anything. It's that hold back there. All right, take a break here. Next thing we have is a dumbbell lateral transfer. So this is very similar to what we did before with the chest fly. What we're doing is we're handing dumbbell back and forth from one hand to the other. Pace yourself here. You don't have to go real fast. 40 seconds is a long time. All right, take a 15-second break. We've got our high knee march with a twist. 3, 2, and 1. So again, what we're doing here is you can either tap, or you can use your forearm, or you can do your elbow. And you can speed it up or slow it down as much as you'd like. That's the beauty of Tabata. Make sure you're standing nice and tall for this. Don't lean forward. All right, we get a break here. And now we've got good morning. So hands behind our back, feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. Legs straight, back straight. Leaning forward, don't look down, look straight ahead. You're going to feel a nice stretch across the back of the legs here. Now, alternately, if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can put some weights up here at your shoulders, or you can hold weights at your chest and do them like that. But you don't want the form to suffer, so I'm doing it without weights so I can demonstrate the correct form. Wow, what a great stretch for the hamstrings that is. All right, now we've got our wide side bend and crunch. Arms like this. If you can't get the form correct, don't use any weight. You want your arms like goalposts, an imaginary wall in front of you, an imaginary wall behind you, so that you're not leaning forward or backward, just remaining in this frontal plane. Side to side, keep those elbows up. Again, more important to have the form correct than to be working with weight. So if you can't keep the form correct, put the weights down. You're still going to get that crunch and stretch on the other side. All right, 15-second break here. Now we're going to do some lower body. We've got side-to-side squats. Start with your feet together. And squat to the side. Again, make sure this is not a lunge, but a squat. Keep an eye on those knees. All right, take a rest here. Now we've got, calf raises. We love calf raises. After this, we have one more exercise, and then we get a nice break before we do round 2. Here we go, calf raises. And again, it's okay if you need to use a chair or a table for balance here. All right, take a break here. And the last thing we have are reverse lunges, alternating legs. If you want, you can do forward lunges or lateral lunges, either way. Here we go. Oh, good. I see lots of heads bobbing here. All right, now we get almost a minute break here. So go ahead and grab some water. All right, 40 more seconds. Use this time to let your heart rate come down. You're going to do a little stretch, a little washing machine, some shoulder rolls. And loosen up those shoulders because the next thing we have coming up is our reverse chest fly. So let's get those dumbbells ready. Second time around is tougher because our shoulders are tired by this point. Here we go. So a minute, when you've got it as a break, goes by really fast. But when you're exercising, a minute goes by real slow. All right, take a 15-second break. Time for hammer curls. Just like bicep curls, but instead of our wrists facing up. Oh, I'm sorry, we're started to do tricep extensions, tricep kickbacks. Your wrists are facing each other. All right, take a break here. We've got our bent over rows. Love these. Remember to keep a straight back and look forward here. You can have a little slight bend in the knees, tush goes back, and row straight up so your elbows are going up. Remember, chin and chest are up, looking straight ahead. All right, take a little break here, and it's time for our triceps kickbacks. Two and one. So remember, don't swing here. Keep this nice and controlled. And then hold, and then come back. Again, a reminder, the hold is the most important part, the hold behind your back. And you'll feel that working the back of your upper arm, working the tricep muscle. All right, 15 seconds of rest. And now we've got our dumbbell lateral transfer. So we're just using one dumbbell here. There we go. So you're just passing off the dumbbell in the front. Stick in there. We're almost done. There we go. Now we've got our high knee march with the twist. Remember, you can either tap the opposite knee with your palm of your hand, or you can use your forearm or your elbow. All right, let's march. Remember, stand up nice and tall. Don't lean forward. Really good posture here. All right, 15-second break. Time for our good mornings. Again, you can do them with dumbbells up here or a dumbbell here. I'm actually going to do it this time with a dumbbell held at my chest, feet more than shoulder width apart, and then lean forward. This is just like a straight leg deadlift, except that we're keeping the weight higher up on our body, either at our shoulders or at our chest, or if it's body weight, we're just keeping it on the upper part of the body, as opposed to when you do a straight leg deadlift, your arms are hanging down in front of you, the weight is lower, shifting the center of the gravity closer to the ground. All right. Now we've got our wide side bend crunches. Get those arms into the goalpost position. So ideally you want a straight line from one elbow all the way to the other elbow through both of the shoulders. Remember, don't lean forward, don't lean backwards. Everything is between those two imaginary walls, the one behind you and the one in front of you. All right, take a break here. Now we've got our side-to-side squats. And let's do it. Remember to watch those knees and make sure they're not creeping forward ahead of your toes. And also make sure that you are squatting straight back. Sometimes we have a tendency to, turn these into a lunge. All right, 15-second break. Calf raises. Remember, if you need to get something for balance while you do the calf raises, get yourself ready. 3, 2, and 1. Don't forget to really squeeze those calf muscles. All right, take a break here. Our last exercise in the Tabata, alternating reverse lunges. Again, you can reverse forward or lateral if you'd like. 3, 2, and 1. Almost there. Here we go. All right, take a rest here, get some water. And then we're going to go on to the next part of our workout. Woo! So the next exercise that we have, next set of exercises are all core exercises. And we're going to do them on the ground. So if you need some time to get onto the ground, make sure that you get yourself down there. So this is in honor or commemoration of Tisha B'Av. Tisha B'Av is the commemoration of the destruction of both temples in Jerusalem, separated by many hundreds of years. And these are the two greatest tragedies of ancient times for our people. And it took place on the 9th day of Av. Av on the Hebrew calendar is the 5th month of the year, even though on some countings it's the 11th month of the year. If you start with Rosh Hashanah, but if you start with Passover, which is in the first month, Nisan is the first month of the year, even though Rosh Hashanah is in the middle of the year, but okay, that's the way it works in Judaism. So the 5th month and 2 temples. So what that means is we've got 9 reps for each of these exercises, 5 exercises altogether, and 2 sets of exercises. First exercise is superheroes. If you're not down on the floor, you can modify the superheroes by doing a standing back extension. So standing back extension looks like this. The next exercise that we have after that is a supine leg raise. You can modify that by doing it seated, so just raising both of your legs while seated in a chair. The next exercise we have is donkey kicks. You can modify those by doing them at the wall. Fire hydrants can also be modified facing the wall. And then we have a glute bridge march. Instead of a glute bridge march, what you can do is you can do a forward pelvic tilt, which is basically squeezing those butt muscles together and bringing that pelvis forward. Okay? But for those of us who are going to be on the floor, let's get on the floor and we'll do these exercises. We're starting out with superheroes, 9 reps of everything. Lying flat, let me adjust my camera just a little bit more. Lying flat on the ground. Again, if you're doing this and you're not on the floor, what you can do is do the standing back extension. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, next we have a supine leg raise. So this one you can do seated in a chair. If you're on the ground, you may want to place your hands underneath your hips with palms down, and you're going to go ahead and flex those feet, flex the feet towards your ankles, towards your knees, excuse me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, now we've got our donkey kick. So donkey kick looks like this, right? If you're standing at the wall, it's going to look like this. Just kicking back like this. So I want you to notice that it's not just a hamstring curl like this, but that your hip is actually going back, right? It's not just your knee. Okay, let's do alternating donkey kicks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 9. All right, the last one that we have, or second to last one, is fire hydrants. So fire hydrants we're going to do all on one side. If you're standing at a wall, stand away from the wall, lift up the leg, and come out to the side this way. Or you can do it with your back against the wall and do it like this. All right? These we're not going to alternate side to side. We're going to do all one side and then do all the other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. The goal here is to open up that hip joint nice and wide. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Same thing on the other side now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, the last one we have is a glute bridge mark. Glute bridge marks lying flat on our back. Again, for this one, if you're standing, you want to do that pelvic tilt where you squeeze those butt muscles together. All right, here we go. Glute bridge march. Bring those hips up off the ground and let's march. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9. All right, we're going to go through those exercises one more time. So we're going to roll over and do our superheroes, or you can do a standing back extension. That's where you put your hands on your hips and you lean all the way back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, supine leg raise. This one you can do it while seated in a chair. If you're lying on the ground, go ahead and put those hands beneath your hips, palms face down, flex those feet towards your knees. Here we go, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 more, 7, 8, and 9. All right, we're going to go back to our donkey kicks. So back on hands and knees. If you're doing these standing, make your way over to the wall. You can also do these donkey kicks at a table or a chair, standing at the back of the chair. Here we go. Alternating sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9. All right, now we've got our fire hydrants. Again, you can do the fire hydrants either facing the wall or with your back against the wall. You can also do them, by the way, standing in front of a chair or a table and putting your hands on the back of the chair at the top or on the table. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Switching to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And finally, our glute bridge march. Again, if you're standing up here, what you're going to do is your glute squeeze with your pelvic tilt forward. Raise your hips up off the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, and 9. All right. So the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to finish up with a little cardio. I know we're all pooped at the end of the workout. What we've got is knee thrusters on the left side, knee thrusters on the right side, dumbbell punches, and finally we're going to end with grapevines. We've got 12 of each one of these to represent the 12 tribes of Israel. So a knee thruster, I will show you because it's been a while since we've done a knee thruster. You start with one leg back, and you thrust that knee up like this. Now, to add to it, you can take your arms and raise your arms up like this and bring your arm down to meet your knee, okay? So we're going to do 12 on our left leg, so we're going to do 12 on our right leg. So the difference between this and just a regular knee up, of course, is that you're starting with your leg back, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's switch to the other side now. Right leg goes back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, now we've got our dumbbell punches. So go ahead and grab those dumbbells again. Just 12 punches on each side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 12. All right, we finish up with the grapevine. 12 grapevines in each direction. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You can also just do forward kicks here if you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more each direction, 11, and 12. All right, good work, everybody. Grab some water. All right, let's stretch out a little bit. We're going to start out with a hand behind the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, and then gently push down. All right, switch to the other side. Nice and gentle here. All right, let's do some reverse shoulder rolls. You don't need to do these quickly. Get a good range of motion here. All right, we're going to do some arm swings. All right, next we're going to move to some lower body stretches. We're going to start out with a calf stretch. So let's find a wall or a chair. One leg back, one leg forward. The back leg, pushing the ground with. Hold that for about 15 seconds. Okay, let's switch to the other side. Push back as hard as you can with that heel. Pushing into the ground. All right, let's do a a quad stretch. So for this one, I'm going to grab a chair here. Go ahead and grab that foot, bring the knee in, and then gently pull back. Remember to stand up nice and straight here. You don't want to be hunched over like this. You won't get the stretch. It's also not good for your back. So stand up nice and tall, good posture. All right, go ahead and release. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring the knee in and then gently pull back with that hand so that the leg comes back. All right, do a hamstring stretch now. We're going to do a seated one, or you can do a standing one. One leg straight with the toes flexed towards your knees, the other leg bent, and then go ahead and gently lean forward. Make sure that you are keeping your back nice and straight. The minute you begin to slouch over, you'll lose the stretch. All right, let's switch to the other side. All right, good work. Good work today. So next Wednesday, we will be back with a brand new workout for Parshat Ve'etchanan. It is also Shabbat Nachamu, the Sabbath of comfort. So I'm going to give you a comfortable workout. And if you believe that, I don't know what to say. Anyhow, have a great week, great rest of your week, everybody. And Shabbat Shalom, and also wishing you, as they say in Hebrew, Tzom Kal, an easy and meaningful fast for Tisha B'Av. Thanks, everybody.